for searching. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Wizard Hulk188, and welcome to the first edition of the Pit Stop Podcast. I'm here alongside Alan and Cena. How y'all?
What up, everyone? It's Alan Mooch here.
And Cena, how you doing?
That's good.
All right, so we have lots of stuff to talk about here, and we only have 45 minutes to do it. Let's get this party started.
All right, let's start. Okay, let's start with the big one. I should. Which one should we start with? We got a lot to talk about.
Oh well, we obviously have the Chili Bowl. We obviously also have the Rolex 24, which that just finished up just a little over an hour and a half ago, or should I say that?
Oh yeah.
Or should I say over 3 hours ago? Oh gosh.
I am going to bow out of the Chili Bowl talk as I did not keep up with that in any way, shape, or form.
Well, we were talking about it before the podcast started. Obviously, Chili Bowl. It was good from what I heard. It's just that I didn't keep up with it, so.
Absolutely.
The only thing we were talking about, like in the whatchamacallit, before the podcast started, was that we all know that Christopher Bell won his third straight Chili Bowl, so that's
I feel like he should be staying with the Chili Bowl more than being in NASCAR.
That's what I was thinking too.
Winning NASCAR.
I was thinking that too because I was like, he's been a dirt racer than he is a oval racer. That's what I was thinking when I saw that. I was like, he's like a dirt racer of some sort.
Yeah.
But then again, Larson's.
Christopher Bell actually nearly won the Xfinity Championship this year, and actually has the most wins in a rookie season.
So partly he's good at both.
I think Christopher Bell is a multi-talented racer.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely going to be up and coming over these next couple years. But now let's get the big one out of the way. The first.
I can see him being a William Byron 2.0.
Yes.
Yeah.
He goes good in the trucks, decently in the Xfinity's, but they're probably going to be crap in the Cups.
Yeah, but then again, it is hard for those Cup cars to be handled. Because
that's true. That is true.
Cars.
Which leads me to talk about the 2019 Aero package for NASCAR.
Oh gosh, we'll get into that. Alan, we'll get into that if we have time. We'll get to your session later. Dang! I told you to go up. I told you to go up. I told you would go up. I told you would go off too. That's hilarious. Oh my God. I told you too. He's gonna go off.
Exactly.
I told him.
Okay. Hey, 24, that wrapped up an hour and a half ago.
Oh no, it was more than 3 hours ago, Alan. Alan, it was more than 3 hours ago. Well, the race started. The Rolex 24 started out pretty good. There were like 4 cautions in the first couple hours.
Oh yeah, then
the calamity broke loose more than it did in the NARA World before the 3 hours, which that will be next week. That's why this is not.
Yeah, the 12 hours to Sebring is the next race. So.
Yeah, but I was talking about the NARA Darts League, which is a Roblox league. That was supposed to be streaming over there, but they made the call to move it to next week, so that's why I thought of this podcast. But anyways, to the real Rolex 24, it was a good race. I was obviously what were your thoughts on the Rolex?
I was listening to it online with the IMSA radio, and the way they were covering the race, it was like. They had some great commentary on that.
Yeah, obviously they did.
It was probably interesting, the amount of time that the timer kept going down after a rain delay. And why they would call it 24 hours of Rolex.
But the timer has to keep going because they obviously have to work with the broadcasting. So obviously that's why the timer. They didn't stop the timer there. I had that first rain delay and the second one, which ultimately ended the race.
Yeah.
23 hours and 50 minutes.
23 hours, 50 minutes. 20.9 hours at Daytona.
Welcome to the Rolex 23.9. We got 23 hours and 50 minutes in, and we couldn't finish up that last hour.
You couldn't finish up the last hour there because heaven forbid that because the skies forbid that you had those 10 minutes.
I swear.
I was watching. Go ahead.
But you honestly, you gotta feel bad for NBC though. This was their first year covering the event, and what happens? Watch this. I hope the rain at the Rolex 24 at Daytona is not an omen for all the big races this year.
Well, it's obviously also affecting the Pro Bowl, which is unrelated to racing, obviously. But I was just mentioning that earlier because this rain, it's a big system. I was looking on it on the weather app this morning.
Speaking of
a big system.
Isn't that in Orlando right now?
No, I think it's over. Let me check.
Yeah, it is in Orlando, I believe. I can Google it real quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm pulling up the AccuWeather app here, which is not sponsored, by the way.
Yeah, we're not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored.
Okay, there's
one. You can move on.
Move
on with your lives. We just told you we're not sponsored. Let's move on.
Yeah, it's still raining. I think it's raining all over the place. Yeah, it's still raining as we speak.
Yeah, they got like 32 seconds left in the second quarter.
For the goal? Yeah.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl.
But going back to the Rolex here, that's why they obviously had to stop at 10 minutes early, because that rain, it was just a torrential downpour. I've been to Florida.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to before. I've seen that rain in person.
When it came out, you were just like, yeah, this race is over.
I was watching the live coverage, too. I was watching the live coverage.
To give IMSA credit, at least they tried to get the racetrack back, and then they just lost it.
Hey, at least it's not like NASCAR where it's just like, oh, we'll just start it tomorrow.
Oh, no, don't start me on NASCAR with that.
Oh, gosh. Well, we're obviously going to be having our own rant session here in a little bit with Stuart Haas.
Speaking of Stuart Haas.
But no, overall, the Rolex 24, it was a pretty good race. I watched most of the first half of it. I watched up to about the 16 hours to go mark. Then I went to bed. And then I came back with about, 6 hours to go. And I saw they were in rain delay. I was like, what? I'm sorry. Since when do rain delays a thing at the Rolex? But then I remember correctly, there was a fog delay for the Rolex in like 6-7 years ago. So, I mean, there you go. But obviously, we have to talk about the winners now. The overall winners, Fernando. Oh gosh! I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be a great year of these podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Gosh. Okay.
We're gonna get a lot of mileage out of this.
But no, Fernando Alonso, congrats to him, man. Second big race.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
500.
Wins the 24 Hours of Le Mans, then he goes on and wins the Rolex 24 at Daytona. I think Fernando Alonso should be someone to watch out for at the Indy 500 this year.
Yeah, and obviously he was racing in that also in 2017. So,
speaking of IndyCar, they have a new title sponsor in NTT.
Oh, really? I didn't hear about this. So let's get into that. We'll talk more about the Rolex 24 later. Let's hear about some of the IndyCar off-season news.
All right, so yeah, I was kind of expecting Scott Dixon to drive the #1 car, but it was like, sure, you were going to keep him in the 9 car.
He's going to go in the 1 car, man, since Dixon's staying in the 9.
Yeah.
The 1 car is, I thought it was a tradition for the champion to drive the 1 car.
Yeah, but
Hunter Ray did it, Will Power did it, Joseph Newgarden did it. You'd think Dixon, of all drivers, would carry that tradition on.
Yeah, sometimes traditions just have to be broken, though, let's be honest.
That is true.
Yeah, true.
I mean, then again, Formula 1 used to do that, and now they just kind of like, screw it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So yeah, that's quite something interesting to hear about.
Yeah, and NBC is going to have all the IndyCar races.
Yeah, including the Indy 500. which
oh yeah,
is back full circle. That brings us.
It's going to be on the big network. It's going to be on the big network.
Yeah, which brings us back full circle. Fernando Alonso is also going to be racing in that this year as well. So that'll be quite interesting to watch for him. I hope he wins that race too.
Oh yeah, if he wins the race, he'll be the first driver in a long time to win all the racing Triple Crown.
Yeah,
which it consists of, and if I recall this right, either a Formula One championship or a Monaco Grand Prix, the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and the Indianapolis 500.
Cool indeed. But obviously he did this race back in 2017, so obviously he has some experience with oval racing, and then obviously
actually in 2017 he was on his way to victory, and then the engine just went like bye.
Does the Thanos snap like this? That's hilarious.
I think that's exactly what happened to all the Honda engines in 2017. Thanos appeared and was like, "Oh, these Hondas are winning." Hold on one second.
No, that's what happened to the Mazdas during that late.
Oh my God,
that's what happened. That's what happened to the Mazdas in that Rolex. It's like, goodbye. You're
goodbye. Just goodbye.
And then Fernando Alonso, I'm on my way to victory. Oh
yeah, gosh. 2017 Thanos. Oh, here. Fernando Alonso winning. Here, let me fix that. He's like, Fernando Alonso's like, why don't they change the win then?
You need 2 Mazdas to be out.
Oh, jeez. The Mazdas. Oh my God, what happened to them?
I think something.
I know one of them was like an all-female team. Was it? Is that correct?
I don't know. I know. I think it was 5 and 77. I know that's what their numbers were.
I think the 55 was the all-female team.
No, that was the 57.
Oh, that was the 57. Okay.
Yeah, that was the 57, which had contact with the 55 in that early.
Oh yeah, that's what I was.
I think that's why they were confusing that.
You honestly gotta feel bad for the Penske Acura though.
Because
they were on their way to victory, and then
because wait for it. There was one more problem. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I had to do it. But I gotta feel bad for them. They obviously had a shot, but then something broke. I don't exactly know what broke.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Yeah,
there was a lot.
Wasn't it was like 4 hours to go, and they were just pacing, and then something's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come off now. See ya."
Oh yeah,
the hiccup.
Hello.
And we are now welcoming Kevin into the booth here. Hello, Kevin.
Yes, this is K-Cow Gaming.
Kevin. Well, he's
hello.
He's getting his mic fixed, I believe.
Oh, he's getting his mic fixed.
Yeah, he'll join us here in a moment. Yeah. So while we continue to talk about that, let's get. We'll come back to the Rolex 24 if we have time, because that's obviously one of the marquee events that happened this month.
Oh yeah.
Let's get Alan a little salty here. Let's get Alan a little salty, and let's talk about the silly seasons.
Oh yes, the silly season. Wait, I have a whole.
Let's get the saltiness out of the way. Let's get the saltiness out of the way. Let's get the saltiness out of the way.
Hold on. I have a whole draft on my Amino in the NASCAR page to talk about.
Oh gosh, this should be a while.
Okay, yeah, but we're not supposed to. Hold on. I had to pull up my draft here.
Oh gosh. Yeah, this draft.
I have something hilarious for this one.
Oh gosh.
I gotta find it.
You have to.
Okay, I call this segment. No, I cannot call this segment anything yet.
Whoa, you think of this now? We welcome Kevin to this here. Kevin, you got your mouth? Wait, Alan, hold your horses.
Pull a random paragraph out, and then I'm going to start talking from it.
Okay. Well, Alan, while you think of the name for that, Kevin, do you have your mic? Doesn't look like he still has his mic. Okay, Kevin, while you get that fixed up, because we can see your thing move, but it's just not like.
Okay, I got you, Kevin. You're good.
Wait, is he talking?
Okay.
Yep, he is. Let me turn his mic up a little bit so that everyone hears him. Hey, Kevin.
Hold on, I need to wait.
Yep. I can hear him now. I got his stuff up.
Yeah.
So we started. So we have about another 30 minutes to go here in this podcast. So Kevin, we're just about to get into the NASCAR silly season, but before we do that, what were your thoughts on the World 24 here? And
I didn't exactly I didn't have much time to watch it, so I can't really comment on that.
Yeah.
Me with the chili bowl.
Yeah, that was all of us with the chili bowl.
Alright, so okay,
that's
so
all of us with the chili bowl.
I'm going to be starting this blog the week of the Clash. And you can check out my amino at Alan_M006. By the way, I'm promoting my stuff.
Okay. So go put that in the chat so that people can check that out for later.
All right. So anyway.
So Alan, you can start your rant now. Alan, you have permission to start your rant now.
What rant? Oh, hold on. It's not gonna be a rant. It's called shitpost.
This is going to be good. If you don't have a bucket of popcorn with you, you might as well go grab it now.
Anyway,
this is about to get good.
It's gonna be in the NASCAR community, where you can look up the series This Lap Around Car Sport.
Yep. If you definitely don't have a bag of popcorn, you go grab that now. Okay, let's get this going now. What do you have for us?
I actually have the perfect name for bad races now.
Oh, okay, Alan. Okay, Alan, let's get this going. Let's see what this is all about.
Alright, the first team I talk about is Roush Fenway Racing.
Oh. Ooh.
Roush Fenway Racing is the NASCAR equivalent of the Detroit Red Wings. They were once an unstoppable empire, a dynasty of evil. They got to win the title every single year. That's on top of their glories in the truck and Xfinity series from days gone by. Despite the fact they shut down their truck team before 2010, they jumped the shark in 2012 when Matt Kenseth left for Joe Gibbs Racing in 2013.
Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead here for a second. These are probably some of the best comparisons I've seen in my entire life for
This is too great.
Okay, continue.
Since then, the mighty empire of Roush has become a shell of its former glory, just like their NHL counterpart in the Red Wings. And the tanks have been rolling since 2013. Winning only 3 races in 2013 with the new at the time Gen 6 car. They have only won 4 races in the last 5 years, with 2 wins in 2014, a 2-year winless skid from 2015 and 16, 2 wins in 2017, and winless again in 2018. Adding on to the tank of Roush, they were recently forced to shut down their Xfinity Series program, and they lost Lilly Diabetes as a sponsor, and Ryan Reed is out of a ride as well in 2019.
Has Ryan Reed? Wait, sorry to cut in here, but has Ryan Reed gotten a ride yet? I don't think he has.
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about that.
Here, I'll look that up while you continue your rant here.
That's not rant, it's a roast.
Okay, roast, whatever, go.
3 years after. Oh wait, it's 4 years after. 4 years after Chris Buescher won the title in Roush's 60 Xfinity car. All is not well as Roush sits on his empire of rubble and former glory. But don't worry, Roush fans. That will change this year, and the tanks will be put back in the closet. The changes will be over. Come on down. You have been rewarded with such amazing performances in your part-time to do it in 2018 with us, and by getting to drive the 6 car full time. In fact, we'll even give you your old number 17 back. Welcome back, buddy. What do you mean he's not interested in driving in 2019? Fine, spend the next best car on the market. Wait, what's that? What the fuck do you mean, Ryan? That was the next best option. You mean there isn't anyone better? Fine, we'll take Newman. Maybe Stenhouse can learn from him, but just know I expect the tanks to keep
Kevin
going.
just laughed, don't even enjoy it. Oh, gosh.
We
have our own urinate over here, guys. Don't mind us.
Yeah, don't mind. Yeah, I just added in the cursing as well, so
don't mind us. Don't mind us.
The actual post does not have any cursing.
Yeah, don't mind us. We just have our own urinate over here. It's fine.
Oh, this is too great.
I'm glad I started this up.
Yeah, please start the fun. I right now with the NASCAR stuff.
that all? Is that all?
So Ryan didn't even actually wins a race or two this year.
Okay.
Okay, so the next team I talk about is Richard Childress Racing.
Oh Lord. Don't even get me.
Richard Childress Racing was once a great dynasty in NASCAR, competing for wins and championships in the 80s and 90s with Dale Earnhardt Sr., and they continued to be a great dynasty all the way until the early 2010s with Kevin Harvick, and everything was looking promising. That was until it was announced Harvick was leaving Richard Childress Racing at the end of the 2013 season. Since then, Richard Childress Racing has only gotten 3 wins, 2 wins in 2017, and Austin Dillon's 2018 Daytona 500. In the last 5 years, and much like Roush Fenway Racing has tanked, but fear not, Richard Childress has a plan to put the tanks back in the closet. Daniel Hemrick, you seem to be pretty talented, so we're giving you this flashy and newly rebranded A-Team in the Cup Series. What's that? You say you have 0 wins in the Xfinity Series? Who cares? You're going to do just fine. In fact, the Benedict Austin Dillon to lead on full guidance. Hold up, I'm not done yet. Your satellite team of Germain Racing is operations over to Welcome, North Carolina, and will have a stronger connection to the main base. And also, because you guys have picked up Tyler Reddick in your motorsports to drive in your Xfinity program, you now have the possibility of the defending Xfinity Series champion driving some Cup Series races part-time.
Oh, gosh.
It must be done, RCR. Put those goddamn things back in the closet. Shake, sweep the fucking leg.
They're not going back to the closet anytime soon, let's be honest.
You know what's funny about that part of the rant?
What?
RCR literally was 1 spot away from a championship after 2013.
That's true.
I didn't even bring that up. God dang, what is wrong with me?
Alright, what's next? What's next on
You guys are going to love the opening for this one.
Wait. Can you just imagine that? Like, Ryan Newman is a Cup Series champion, and he goes from Richard Childress to Roush.
The slap in the face that would be. I get a lot of mileage out of that.
We're getting a lot of mileage out of this as well.
Oh, man.
What in the world?
Okay,
you have anything else?
Next entry, Joe Gibbs Racing. Oh, God.
Oh, Lord. You shouldn't be like
shouldn't. So this is what happens when your team owner can't afford a bill that is, oh my God, triple the amount of bill from 2016. What the fuck, Joe Gibbs? No wonder why Furniture Row Racing shut down. You guys at Many headquarters practically ran that 78 team like a 5th Joe Gibbs Racing car rather than a satellite team. Get in the corner and think about what you've done.
Joe Gibbs proceeds to win 2019. That's probably a likely scenario.
Well, you may have lost your old satellite team, Furniture Row Racing, by your own doing, but you do win a couple of consolation prizes. You get the 2017 championship-winning driver and crew chief combination to race your 19 car. Daniel Suarez proves that he must be shown his boot on the way out the door. Such failures cannot be allowed to drive our cup cars. They say as they sweep J.J. Yaley. The fact that J.J. Yaley drove the 18 on full-time from 2005 to 2007 under the rug. That never happened. And on top of that, you now get Levine Family Racing and their 95 team as your new satellite team, along with putting Matt Benedetto back in a Toyota. Now don't force LFR to Levine Family Racing to shut down like you did with the last team you had an alliance with.
Oh, first it's done. Well.
I feel like that's less possible because I'm pretty sure like their shop is not located somewhere like away from the rest of them, out in like the Midwest.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, to be fair, Furniture Row Racing was in Colorado, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I was looking it up on the map. I was like, huh, pretty neat.
Front Row Motorsports, I know you guys are a struggling team and all, but you guys just have to sign this Matt Tip guy to drive a 3rd car for you. Does he have any Xfinity wins? Well, no, but who cares? Also, get that crap out of here. Richard Childress Racing is giving Daniel Hemrick a ride, and he hasn't even won in the Xfinity Series either. Although I will point out, Hemrick almost won an Xfinity Series championship.
I feel like some of these drivers.
Next rec, give me about ATG Doherty Racing.
No, the next one is Chip Ganassi.
Oh gosh. Are we getting to Stuart Haas anytime soon? Are we getting to Stuart Haas anytime soon?
Also, I can think of much worse drivers that I can have you throw into this 3rd team. Oh, you already signed Tip? Oh, good. Here, have some old BK racing cars and a fancy sponsor to go along with Tip as a bonus for signing him. All I can say is, don't come crying to me when he decides to be a talentless gong show.
Yeah, there you go.
You die of laughter over here.
Chip Ganassi Racing has to be hitting the panic button right now. Jamie McMurray is only slated to run the Daytona 500 and will be done after that. The one car is vacant. What's that? 2004 champion Kurt Busch was released. Cup champion Kurt Busch was released from Stewart House Racing, and Chip Ganassi actually picked him up and gave him the vacant one car. Well, color me impressed. And on top of that, they also got Ross Chastain for their Xfinity Series number 2 car. They'll do great in the Cup Series when Kurt Busch retires. What a time to be a fan of. Are you serious? The FBI rated DC Solar and its forced Chip Ganassi to shut down his Xfinity program for 2019.
Oh, God.
Chastain gets the shit pan. Well, back to hitting the panic button. I'll be off in the bunkers with my Dr. Pepper.
Hey, thank you, Dr. Pepper.
Chip Ganassi still have some other Xfinity Series team or no?
No.
Okay.
Wait, how many cars do they have prior?
They have two Cup cars right now.
I know that, but like, how many did they have like prior to the FBI raid for the Xfinity?
2.
I think
So that's one. Gotcha.
42 was the only one.
2 Cup teams, 1 Xfinity team, and that was the only one. After the FBI raid, they shut down the 42 Xfinity team.
So now that leaves them with what team again?
Chastain's on a truck team right now.
I know that, but like, what team? Like, what number do they have?
Truck team is
I think it was like 50 something.
Here, I'll check. So you got.
I'll check. Hold on.
Well,
I'm assuming
while you guys
do.
are doing that, I'm gonna go on with JGT Doherty.
Oh, boy, two inexperienced
JGT Doherty
drivers.
Racing, you guys have been among the favorites winning at road courses since 2014, but now those days are behind you. You're rolling out the tanks. Bask in the glorious fallout, JGT Doherty. You did this to yourself when you didn't sign AJ Allmendinger to an extension and instead went for Ryan Preece. You mean you actually got someone who's won it in the Xfinity Series?
Pause. I just found out. Okay, so he's driving the 40. Ross Chastain's sharing the truck series, riding the 45 truck.
All right, truck number 45.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what car that is. Like what?
It's with Nice Motorsports. We'll see.
That moment when Kevin shuts down Alan's rant. Say that.
It's not a rant.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to be doing when I get to Suarez's car.
Oh Lord. Come on.
Hey, wait, where are you going after?
We got Hendrick Motorsports after JGT Doherty, then I got Go Fast, and then Starcom, and then Stuart Haas.
Oh gosh.
Well,
we don't know. Well, Alan, we're gonna have to skip to Hendrick, and then after that, we're gonna get some.
Understand.
Talk about those other teams later.
All right, so can I just finish up JGT first?
Yeah, then do Hendrick, and then do Stuart Haas because we have 15 minutes.
All right, so I went for Ryan Preece. You mean you actually got someone who's won a race in the Xfinity Series? Well, now I'm impressed. Never mind what I said about the tanks for now. The 47 should do just fine. As for too bad I can't say the same for the 37 team. The tanks will roll on as on that team. Best of the tanks, for sure. No one in the Cup Series cares about your 2015 Xfinity Series championship. Alan, all your Xfinity wins when you haven't proved you belong in the Cup Series. Oh look, a rain shortened win you won at Pocono. Means nothing and proves nothing, you wool cow.
Speaking of rain short races.
Rolex 24, baby.
That's quality car.
That's the only time I remember. That was
23.9.
Okay, we'll finish up with the Rolex 24 again here. We'll get Kevin's thoughts right now.
It's early because of rain. Fernando Alonso is one of the drivers that won it.
All right, we'll get back to the Rolex 24. We'll get Kevin's opinion on that because I know you obviously didn't see it a lot, but we'll get to your opinions on the winners here in a little bit after Alan finishes his roast, basically.
Hendrick Motorsports has a decent lineup of drivers that are stacked with 3 young guns that are going to compete for years to come and have more young guns in development over in the Xfinity Series with Junior Motorsports. And with Chase Elliott finally breaking ice and scoring 3 wins last season, the future looks bright for the 9 cap. Alex Bowman and Nationwide are signed to the 88 car until 2021, and Bowman did make the chase for the Cup and advanced to the second round. Meanwhile,
Why do you still call it that?
Talk about what?
He still called the chase.
Because playoffs sucks.
Okay. That's true.
Playoffs is not a NASCAR term. Playoffs is not a NASCAR term.
That's true.
What do you expecting to call it? Chase for the Monster Cup? That sounds.
That sounds worse.
It makes me wish Sprint was still sponsoring.
I agree. Continue with Hendrick.
Alright, where did I leave off on? Oh yeah, second round. Meanwhile, a shake-up is desperately needed for the 24 and 48 camp. But Chankanow's Jimmy Johnson dynasty has gotten stale and has failed to score a win last season. This calls for a change in championship town. Oh, I know. Elliot Sadler has returned from NASCAR racing, so Jimmy Johnson, on top of having a new sponsor at Ally Bank, Big Kevin Meandering. He's your new crew chief of the Mighty 48 team. As for you guys, the Myron and the 24 team, and we got a super early Christmas present for you. You're going to be working with the 7-time championship winning crew chief, Jack Canals.
Congratulations!
Now watch in the coming years, Jack Canals ties the record for most championships by a crew chief.
Top-notch quality content over here. Well, that's top-notch quality content. Okay, so.
Okay, now for Stewart House Racing.
So wait,
we have to move on.
So wait, are you done with Hendrick or are you not?
I just got done with Hendrick.
Okay, so let's get on to Stewart Haas. Let's get on to Stewart Haas here because this should be basically a page.
Stewart Haas Racing, I know you've become a top organization in the last 11 years built from the ground up, but after cutting Kurt Busch and letting him walk to the 1 car for Chip Ganassi, you have a tough choice here. You can sign Trevor Payne to the 41 car and have backing from Advocare, or you can sign Daniel Suarez and have backing from Harris. It's totally up to you, but personally, I'd give Payne a second chance if it was up to me. I mean, who wouldn't give the 2011 Daytona 500 winner a second chance? But let's see who you guys go with. You went with Daniel Suarez on his 27th birthday, which also happened to be 41 days away from the Daytona 500. How coincidental. Also, you have Harris joining you as a new sponsor as he was bundled nicely with Suarez. Well, Harris, I have bad news for you, as this is going to make you all look bad, because you were part of a giant conspiracy theory on why Carl Edwards left NASCAR in the 2016 to 17 offseason with no absolute warning. And with this move over to Stewart Haas Racing with Suarez, you're just proving those theorists right. All I can say now for Suarez is you had better start showing you can compete for wins and get wins. Score wins and get wins. Otherwise, we can safely start labeling you as a NASCAR bust. Have fun being on Black Flags Matters YouTube channel. Oh wait, we'll take those bust because he won a NASCAR Xfinity Series title, and he's the first Latin American driver to win races in Drunken Xfinity Series. Well, congrats on your future induction to the NASCAR Hall of Fame, Suarez.
I still think it was a bad move. I feel like they're going down like the same road they did with Dan Patrick.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do because Suarez, he was on a championship winning team with that 19 who was coming off a fantastic 2016 year until Joey Logano wall equals pain.
And Dan Suarez kind of got rushed to the Cup Series.
Yeah. But I feel like he does need a second chance though. So I feel like this will.
Right, honestly, Suarez and Bain deserve second chances.
Yeah, Eric Almirola got his second chance with Stewart Haas, and look how he did. He got a win.
Oh, without a doubt.
I feel like maybe Suarez.
Round of 8, that was amazing.
I feel like Suarez. Yeah. I feel like Suarez will definitely win a race or two this year if he does stuff correctly and the crew chief doesn't mess up. Because I've been doing
bother talking about RPM because they've kind of had fallout.
But no,
they've had fallout for like decades, haven't they?
Like since 2010, I want to say.
I would say earlier than that. I would say like ever since they lost ever since they made the move over to Gen 5 and with those carved tomorrows. I feel like that's when they started dropping out.
Well, Casey Kane did score a few wins for them in 2008 and 9. It was 2010 when they... No, wait. That's not true because they had Ambrose win a race in 11 and 12 at Watkins Glen both years.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. But
and I think they started... I don't know when we can really pinpoint this fallout for Richard Petty Motorsports.
I feel like...
You can't really because they did win in 2014.
But that's
well.
Yeah, they did win in 2014.
But that was a rain out race.
You really can't pinpoint when they did fall out. I'm going to pinpoint all the other teams and when they started falling out, but
Hendrick Motorsports.
It's hard to pinpoint the moment that Richard Petty Motorsports jumped the shark. I can give you Rush Fenway Racing. I can give you Richard Childress Racing.
I can give you Hendrick Motorsports right now. They started to fall out in 2017 when
Oh yeah, without doubt.
But I feel like if Hendrick Motorsports does well this year, I feel like that fallout will be over pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
So what were you gonna say, Kevin? Sorry for interrupting you there.
No, it's fine. I was wondering what you were saying about Hendrick Motorsports, like when they fell out.
They fell in 2017 about when they stopped.
Yeah, because
which was about June 6th.
The only driver that really won in 2017 for Hendrick Motorsports was Jimmy Johnson, and then you had Casey Kane, and Chase Elliott was out of that feud with Denny Hamlin. So that was basically.
I feel like that's when it fell. I feel like the ceiling's a little lower now for Hendrick because I mean obviously they've lost talent and they gained talent, but I mean because you have that experience differential between 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson, who's basically the Lord and Savior of everyone and won many different chase formats, which were there to prevent him from winning the chase.
And then again, to give Jimmy Johnson credit, yes, NASCAR has made changes to their championship format over the years because of Jimmy Johnson. But each and every time, Jimmy Johnson's like, nope, you suck. Stuck his middle fingers up at NASCAR and won the championship again.
But I think Hendrick. I feel like.
I really wish that.
I feel like NASCAR is.
I really wish like. I blame Matt Kenseth for having the chase format to begin with.
Yeah.
If they didn't have it, Jimmy Johnson would only be a 3-time champion. Carl Lewis would have 2 championships. Kevin Harvick would have 3 titles. Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch would win 17 and 18 respectively. And Jeff Gordon would have 7.
So
that's what I was gonna go.
So Brian Keselowski would keep 2012.
So basically, if we're talking like alternate dimensions, that would be like a completely different alternate dimension that has no chase, stuck with the original format, maybe made the changes that we in this dimension because there's like conspiracy theories.
Well, not okay. Well, I would say not the stage racing because.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't have stage racing. They probably wouldn't have Brian France as our CEO.
Oh yeah, if that happened, Brian France would not be CEO. Hey, and it'd be
okay, let's just get teleported and go to that ultimate dimension. So we have about 8 minutes left here. We have about 8 minutes left in this podcast. Let's get Kevin's thoughts on the Rolex 24 here. And then after that, we'll just talk about some other stuff that we have yet to talk about, like the
Courtney Force retirement from NHRA. Yep. That's something.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here after we get Kevin's thoughts. So, Kevin, we know that you didn't see a lot of the Rolex 24, but from what you've heard about Fernando Alonso winning, how do you feel about that?
I actually think that it's pretty awesome. Like, for one thing, because like he's done with he's like stepped away from F1 racing, right? So
yeah, yes. Correct.
It's kind of like flashback of Rolex 24 from 2 years ago. There.
Yeah. But feel.
So basically,
Go ahead. My bad.
It's funny because he drove for the same team and the same car number as like
Jeff Gordon
in 2017. So it feels like a flashback. Maybe this has something to do like do in the future. But as for now, I'm like, I don't think that's gonna happen yet. But I'm curious to see how what the future holds for Fernando Alonso now after doing Agnes to his records.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely bright. Thanks for your opinion, Kevin. But I feel like it's definitely bright for Fernando because he's obviously, I looked it up on his Wikipedia, he's only 37. So stepping away from F1 when he's only 37, that's saying something. It's like, hey, I want to try some different stuff out and see where it takes me. And obviously, it's already working out for him.
Yeah, we might see Jimmy Johnson do that after his NASCAR contract is up.
Hasn't he raced the Rolex 24 already a couple times, though?
Yeah, he did. He doesn't have any wins.
Well, because Jeff Gordon alluded to this before. He said like he needs to be like all in on it when he raced it like the last time. Like when did it, he said he had to be all in on it, and I don't think obviously because NASCAR season's so long, like Jimmy Johnson wasn't able to go all in on it from the start, like when he was racing it before.
Yeah, definitely. So now I didn't know about this, but I didn't hear about this until probably like a couple days ago. But we just mentioned it a minute ago about that NHRA.
Courtney Force retirement.
Yeah, I didn't know about this.
It's not retirement, according to her tweet. It said she's stepping away.
Yeah, she's just stepping. She's just retiring from the driving side. That's
so like kind of like Carl Edwards from 2017.
It doesn't mean she's retired. Maybe she'll come back like a couple of races or something like that, or maybe like in a new or another season, just not this coming season.
Yeah, like kind of like Carl Edwards. Well, except he hasn't done anything in sports since then. He said he wasn't going to use the R word. He didn't use that in his press conference, which was quite interesting. So yeah. So basically he said it's like not a retirement, but it's like stepping away, kind of like Carl Edwards.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Carl Edwards hasn't come back.
He still thought about coming back.
He may have thought about it, but he still isn't back.
Yeah, true.
Well, that's because it's not good enough ride open. First off, so I mean.
Well, I mean, obviously Matt Kenseth came back this past season to drive for Roush, and we all saw where he finished in his last race.
Already finished. Yeah.
I think he got like 6th, I believe. I don't know. I
can look it up. Hold up.
Yeah, I'm looking.
From what Wikipedia's saying, he got 6th for his last race.
And that was
that's like Jeff Gordon all over again.
That was 20 that was at Homestead, right?
I think his last race was Homestead.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna Google this.
Now we're all just Googling stuff. Oh gosh. So yeah. One more silly change.
It does feel, yeah. He did get 6th at Homestead.
Could you imagine if they gave him the 17? You probably would have finished better.
Yeah.
Except that Stenhouse finished 16th in that race though, so I don't think that would have been good.
So yeah, before we
yeah, his final race was Homestead. He finished 6th.
That's good.
I just said that.
Yeah.
But that's like Jeff Gordon all over again when he had to fill in for the 88.
Yeah.
Martinsville.
But then again, he got like part-time ride halfway through the season because Trevor Bayne, heaven forbid, that he get the top 10 finish. But then again, you have Mr. Rex Stenhouse over here, taking everyone over here at Daytona. In the rain. I'm just kidding.
Demolition Derby. Double D Demolition Derby.
Now watch that happens.
Okay, so
yeah,
just
one last thing.
The next IMSA race is going to be at Sebring for the 12 Hours of Sebring.
Woohoo! So one more thing before we get off of here, I want to talk about one more NASCAR silly season change that I saw recently. And it was
we gotta talk about that one. The Junior Motorsports getting the 8 car.
Yeah, the Xfinity ride. It happened just.
Woo!
We'll talk about this here for maybe like a minute or two because we are reaching our time limit here, but I don't really have a time.
Why stop at 4:45? Let's go till 5.
Go till 6. But no, we'll talk about this and then we'll probably be out of here. But obviously, I saw the trailer for like the truck. That's a 1789. I'm like, what? I'm sorry. Is there supposed to be a 5 in between one of those 4 numbers? But then apparently they switched Michael Annett to the 1, moved Noah Gragson to the 9, and then the 7 is still Justin Allgaier. Justin Allgaier is just over here sitting here like.
Of course. Why would you want to stop? Why would you get rid of the 7 car? 5 wins in 2018.
That's true. Justin Allgaier is over here just having a cup of coffee. Like, no worries, guys. It's fine. I'm sorry. I'm just over here. Don't mind me. And then obviously the 8's the part-time ride.
No, the 8's is the supposed all-star car, which has Zane Smith, Jeff Burton, Ryan Truex, and then they have this, and then they ended that trailer with the to be continued, and it had this cursive-looking 8, and you're just thinking, Dale Jr. at Darlington, calling it.
I'm calling it right now. He's definitely doing a race or two next year.
It's definitely going to be a hell of a car at Darlington.
Oh yeah,
I'm definitely calling.
It doesn't say about who's driving at Darlington.
That's true.
But all signs point to Dale Jr. driving the number 8 car at Darlington.
Why do you think that?
Isn't it obvious?
That's true.
The way they ended it said to be continued.
That's true. I haven't seen that.
On the screen it said to be continued. It was right there in plain sight. You know Dale Jr. is going to be the only race that was not mentioned in that video. In the article that Junior Motorsports announced they were bringing the 8 car to Junior Motorsports was Darlington.
That's true. That's true.
All signs point to Dale Jr. driving the 8 car in Darlington.
What would his scheme look like? What do you think his scheme would look like?
Probably a throwback to Ralph, or to his grandfather Ralph.
I would say something.
I think it'll be like a throwback to like his heydays with the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated.
I feel like.
And then Chris Earnhardt drops a lawsuit on it.
I feel like it would be something with his. I feel like it'd be something with like his dad, like they did back in the 2011 Xfinity race at Daytona, the Firecracker 300. I believe it was.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
I feel like they might do something like that, only except have it as the 8. I feel like that is probably.
So, that's already been there for Throwback Weekend though.
That's true.
With 2 cars.
But that
Actually,
also,
if you technically wait, are we talking about the Wrangler car, the one that Dale Jr. ran?
Yeah, that throwback car. That
actually was run by Ryan. That was actually run by Ryan Truex in 2018. Because the children's cars were copying the Wrangler car from '81.
wasn't the Dale Senior thing being copied onto Newman and Austin Dillon's cars for like 2017?
Yep, that's the one I was talking about. I loved those cars. They were so
those are good cars. I like those.
Although I really wish they did the cat car. They did the cat colors on Newman's car.
I feel like they might do.
Because you could not tell the two apart.
There you go. But I feel like that 8 car, that All-Star car that Junior has, I feel like it definitely will win a race or two with that lineup that it has. Zane Smith, Jeff Burton, Ryan Truex. Someone's gonna get a win with it. I feel like it will. And then obviously Noah Gragson in that 9. He'll definitely. I mean, sure.
Spencer Gallagher win at Daytona.
I forgot Spencer Gallagher was doing the super speedway races.
That's cool.
I feel dumb.
Oh, Cena. How do you feel about the Junior Motorsports changes?
Teresa, this whole number 4 with Teresa keeping the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated 8 needs to end. Let Junior have it.
Oh, God, make that shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, good Lord. Cheers, Earnhardt, you're just bringing it down.
Boo! You stay. Get off the stage. Get off the stage.
Get off the stage, Teresa. You suck.
Alright, well, it looks like that's the time that we have for today. Thank you, everyone.
Really?
Oh, the time we have, it's only 4:48. We can go until 5.
Alan, calm down here. Calm down. We'll make adjustments around here. There'll be more to talk about. We'll eventually get to it, Alan. Alan, calm down. Alan, calm down. There'll be more races. There'll be more time. Just calm down in January. Alright, well, for Kevin, Alan, and Cena, I'm Wizard18 signing off for this stream. Hope you all enjoyed that, and make sure you grab a bucket of popcorn. I know.